Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Write With Me at IELTS Juice. And we have an essay. Here is the rubric. Some people think that it's a good idea to socialize with work colleagues during evenings and weekends. Okay, we have some people as our audience, and there is a group of people who have this certain idea, and they believe it's a positive thing that we go out with our coworkers once the working hours are finished, and in the evening, usually people work from 9 to 5. In your location, it might be different, but anyway, once the working hour is over, people go out, eat out, drink, spend time, chat, play games with each other uh, at a game club or maybe a sports stadium or a sports facility, whatever it is. And not only that, again, with the same group of colleagues and maybe with their families, you go out during the weekends, or you go on a picnic, or you have a trip to an amusement park. So these are all the scenarios we're dealing with. There is a group of people who believe this is a good thing. Let's continue. Other people think it's important to keep working life completely separate from social life. So there is another group of people who believe that, no, that's not a positive trend. That's not a very good idea. Let's separate work and your family. When you work, you're focused at work. You don't want to be dealing with the same people. Then when you come home, you're with your loved ones. That's another different set of people. That's a different vibe, a different atmosphere. So you need to separate these two. You should not mix this boundary. You should not mix work life with your normal life. Normal life, I mean your life with your children and your family and your relatives and your fun activities or your hobbies, whatever you do. Now we have two camps. And of course, it calls for a very distinguishable IELTS rubric that says discuss both these views and give your own opinion. So we're going to definitely discuss both views and give our own opinion. All right, I'm going to start by introducing an attention grabber. It's an optional sentence. I have to keep mentioning this, that you don't have to write an attention grabber, but it's a good funnel to all the other sentences you're going to write. The philosophy behind this is that the reader has a ton of other things in his or her head. Once you present this essay, they want to forget everything and just be focused on what you have here, what you have to say. So that requires an attention grabber. And you're going to grab the attention by saying something a little bit controversial or something bold or flashy, something like there is a study that suggests people should completely cut their colleagues from their family lives because it contributes to a high rate of divorce in certain geographical locations. And then you might say, oh my God, divorce rate increases because we invite colleagues over? Oh, why? Who said that? What happened? What is going on? That would be an attention grabber. If you cannot come up with an attention grabber like this, and then of course you need to follow on that, so you cannot just say a flashy sentence and leave. You basically need to say something here, but if you cannot come up with anything, as I just was about to say, it's optional, forget it, and you can start by introducing the two camps. So in this section, we basically need to say that there are two camps. Introduce what we just talked about, like camp 1, camp 2, say which one is which. If you want me to say in simpler terms, paraphrase the rubric. And you basically paraphrase what you just said. Make sure your sentences are connected. Make sure the attention grabber is suitable for this. If it's not suitable, if it's not connected, then it's best not to mention an attention grabber. So just another thing to be mindful of. I'm going to get back to these. I need to mention my opinion. So the last sentence of your introduction is the most important sentence of your entire essay. And this is where you state your opinion. And your opinion can be anything. It can be something completely different with the two camps. Your opinion might be 100% towards one camp, 100% towards the other camp. And it might even be a combination of these two, which falls under both categories, but it's like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You have to explain. Or, as I just said, it can be completely different. The way I'm going to first organize our essay is the safe approach. So this is the safe version. Once it is over, I'm going to introduce a little bit more challenging option. So let's begin. I'm going to start by introducing topic sentences. I'm going to say 2 paragraphs. And as IELTS rubric mentions here, we are going to discuss both these views first. So our opinion is last. This has to come once we finish talking about these 2 camps. Make sure that camp 1 is the one that believes believes in the first group or follows the belief of the first group. And the first group in the rubric say that it's a good idea to go out with these people, have fun with the people at work, so it's no problem, no big deal. That is the first camp. And the second camp is the camp that believes that these two should be completely separated. Now that part is done. In the safe scenario, we are going to introduce our own opinion that falls 100% under one of these categories. So I believe, for instance, that this camp is correct. I believe these guys are the guys to go. So my opinion is 100% in agreement with this group. If that is the case, we don't need a separate body paragraph. That will be repetitive because you already developed every idea related to this team, to this camp, and they 100% are aligned with your opinion. So whatever you say here will be an extension or repetition of this paragraph, which makes the whole paragraphing idea not very logical. If it's the same topic, it's the same set of reasons, everything is the same, why do we have 2 paragraphs? So 1 paragraph is enough. The paragraph might be a bit larger, it's fine. But make sure that it's just a bit larger if you want to say your opinion here and mention why it is. Because if it's a little larger, then it might give the examiner some ideas that you are not developing the other camp very accurately or completely or thoroughly. Remember, the job in this type of IELTS rubric or this type of IELTS questions is to make sure you discuss both views first, honestly, fairly, and thoroughly, completely. and then you state your opinion. So make sure that both of them are developed very well. And you can, of course, jump in 100% and mention your opinion there. We're going to paraphrase the rubric to finish everything up. Paraphrasing the rubric mentions the two sentences here, what the Camp 1 believes in, what the Camp 2 believes in, what you believe in. You do not say any new bits of information. You just need to say other words. You paraphrase structures, and you just say the same message but in different structure. And if you want to say anything, if this is not, if it's one sentence and it's not enough, you want to say another sentence, go for it. Go for some prediction and suggestion over here. This is the safe approach. I'm going to introduce a challenging one. And a challenging one requires 3 paragraphs. Let's assume that your opinion doesn't follow 100% any of these two. It's not 100% in line with this one. It's not 100% in line with this one. It's either a completely different approach, or it is a combination of the two. In that case, even if it is 99% this one and 1% this one, you have to devote a new paragraph. And in that case, you need to first discuss Camp 1 and Camp 2, and it has to be the last body paragraph. So your opinion becomes the last body paragraph. Make sure you introduce a good topic sentence for it. The topic sentence needs to say what percentage you believe in. If you are going to agree with a combination, like I believe in more of this and that item from this camp, mention it in the sentence and then in the topic sentence, and then introduce your opinion, develop and support with supporting sentences. You might say, let me give you some ideas. You might say that, okay, Camp 1 believes that if we join our colleagues, even after working hours, it improves our team bonding, and we become a greater team members. We understand each other's strengths and weaknesses. It also reduces stress. Working will no longer become something stressful. It will become something fun because there is fun with it. And you might even come up with some ideas as you are having fun to help your colleagues later at work, which makes the job easier and or might even increase the efficiency of your work. And also, again, something to contribute to Camp 1, you improve your communicational skills. You become a better communicator. You now understand who your boss is. So when your boss is angry, you know something is not right. So you start working harder, faster to make sure that your boss will never get angry. Or your colleague has this set of attitudes. So you are very careful not to touch them, not to provoke them. As for the second camp, those who believe no, the separation is the way to go, they say, all right, that's work, this is family, we need to have work-life balance. You need to mention a hyphen between work and life. So there has to be a work-life balance. Or you might want to say that this separation of work and your home or your family is the true meaning of professionalism. If you're a professional, you are hired on an hourly basis, you get paid for every hour, then once that hour is done, you're done with the job, you go back home to your family. You have other commitments to attend to. And not to forget that if you mix everything with everything, it's going to be very hard to distinguish. So you will develop this mindset that by cutting the working environment with the family, you can introduce other workplaces, and this will help you diversify your social circle. You will be interacting with different people, not just your family. And they don't have to be part of your family. They can be different social circles with different layers of connection to you, and they require different attitudes and different work ethics. So these ideas I mentioned can appear in the camps that I said, and you can choose some of these elements to help your opinion. And you can say, yes, it will be this, but this and this from this camp are also very good that I would like to add. So it should be a combination like this, like 30% from this and 70% from this. Or no, not at all. And you come up with something completely different, that you're going to introduce working from home. So you are working at home, and many people do that, especially after 2019. So it's not a bad idea. We mix work and family, and everybody is happy. Now everybody is part of a family, and it's a new realm. You don't have to go to a place to work. You can be at home with your family and work at the same time. It's a new phenomenon. I'm just suggesting that your opinion can be 100% different with everything here. This structure is difficult. Is not difficult, let me correct myself and say it's more difficult than the safe approach, because you have to come up with a completely different opinion, or a carefully organized opinion based on a combination of these two camps. That may not be easy for many people, but this is an extra challenge which will give you extra points. If you wish to see a sample on this, done and improved, you know where to click. If you wish to see other videos where we plan for letters, reports, or other essays, click over here. And as always, I urge you to eat healthy. Thank you.